The reason that most diets fail is because you enter into this contractual agreement with yourself that you're going to go on a diet. So right away, you're kind of setting yourself up. Possibly, you're setting yourself up for failure. In most cases, that would be true. You have to approach it with a different mindset, with the mindset that, okay, my lifestyle as a whole, okay, it has to be a more holistic approach, a more, it can't, nothing occurs in a vacuum. So it needs to be well-rounded enough that it considers your entire life. It doesn't, it's not just this one small facet, like everything I've been doing is great except this diet or how I eat, that's what's rendered me in this condition. That may be the case, but that would be like really, really odd, because anybody that was that fastidious in every other aspect of their life, that their how they exercised was on point, how active they were, to the degree that it targeted functional fitness, functional strength, not just your basic, I can lay down flat and I can push some weight. I can stand up underneath of a rack and get myself situated in a static position. And once I'm where I need to be in posture-wise, now I can squat that weight and come right back up with it. That's not functional strength, I'm sorry. So if you are an active person, you already have all these other bases covered and everything is really on point, it would be very unusual that your diet had led you to some kind of a really poor physical state of appearance. And then if your exercise was truly functional, you wouldn't even know it and you wouldn't have even experienced sincere progress from it if you're in such shit condition. If you're in shit condition, it's not just because of the food you eat, although that's a huge contributing factor. So you need to approach it from a well-rounded viewpoint that whole lifestyle needs to change, needs to shift. And it doesn't have to become something that's going to be like really uncomfortable, awkward, difficult to do. There's no enjoyment in it. It's like work. It doesn't have to be all that. But you need to understand, if you've had many years, enough, of eating poison, garbage, and that's what the shit is. And you may not think that right now. You may think that's drastic for me to say that. But I look at it that way. Well, I've had many, many years I got away with this. Through whatever means. I was able to do that, and I'm still here and I'm still alive and haven't suffered any really irreparable physical damage from it, health-wise. So it's okay now to switch over and do these, but you can still make it good. You can still make these changes fit in with your life, your new life, because your mindset's going to shift. The whole paradigm of how you view your life is going to change and shift. So you're going to recontour priorities. That's just going to happen. That's going to happen. Let's get to the food part of it. You enter in this contractual agreement conditionally with yourself that you're on this diet. Well, first off, don't go at it like that. Look at it like this is going to be a change of lifestyle. This is my new way of eating. But like I've always said, and I'll still use the term diet because it's easier for people to understand what the shit I'm talking about. We all know what conventionally what we call a diet, don't call a diet, right? How we conventionally define a diet. It's not the correct definition, but it's the definition we all know. It's kind of the definition that's been pushed on us, right? So your diet, right, way that you're going to eat as you make these changes It needs to be fluid. It needs to be able to roll with the punches and evolve, because you're going to learn things about your body. You will learn things. And you've got to be open to that and look for that, because you need to be able to modify this diet, right? This new way of eating. It needs to be something fluid, not static, not in concrete. You need to be able to tailor this and modify this to continue your progress and to slowly but surely get in there and hit that bullseye and get to the place where your nutritional intake now supports your life and fulfills everything that you need it to fulfill, so that you aren't craving all a bunch of stuff that you shouldn't have and all. And it can absolutely be accomplished. I'll give you a perfect example. When I've been eating clean now, much cleaner, for so long that I'm a strong believer. It actually has changed. It actually has changed my taste buds. Now, has it upregulated? Everything's about receptors. Everything is about receptors, okay? Has it upregulated these receptors? Has it cleaned out these receptors? Has it, whatever it's done to it, foods do not taste the same to me at all. Now, I'm going to go out and say that the majority of what I consume, the majority, is produce. The majority of what I eat is produce. They're still my mainstay, staple protein sources of fish, chicken, very lean beef, grass-fed tenderloin. I know it's not for everybody. Some people are going to look at that and they're going to say, "Oh man, that's terrible expensive. I can't afford that." Okay, well, we do what we can do. This is what I do, because this is how I prioritize the things that matter in my life. And number one is preservation of self. That's important. You got to put your oxygen mask on before you can help the next person put theirs on. At some point, you know. So the majority of my nutritional intake every day comes from produce, and I have a good situation. I grow produce. So I don't grow everything that I eat, but I grow a lot of what I eat. All the tomatoes that I eat every day. I eat a lot of tomatoes. I have the small tomatoes, a few different kinds. I grow that, and they're plentiful. So I have that. Romaine lettuce. Yeah, people are going to say, these purists, "Oh, romaine lettuce, that's not any good for you. Well, you should be eating kale or baby spinach or arugula or this or that." And you're not wrong, but the point is you have to be able to eat it. So if you decide, "Oh, I'm going to jump right in there, I'm going to eat kale, I'm going to eat baby spinach, I'm going to eat arugula," are you really? Are you going to actually eat it, or are you going to suffer through it? So as just a base, I use romaine. Now, I'm now switching over to butter lettuce, because butter lettuce is the most nutritious of all forms of lettuce. Doesn't sound like it would be, right? Butter lettuce sounds like garbage. No, it's the most nutritious of all the lettuces. I still eat romaine, but I'm switching over to butter. And I still eat romaine because I grow romaine. So I had a pretty good yield of romaine, and fortunately, so I've had plenty of romaine. And even that I've already harvested the romaine, I still have 3 plants that are they're almost damn near getting ready to be harvested a second time. So that's really good. That's good. So it just keeps on giving, So, and I grow peppers, all kinds. I grow hot peppers, and I have, they're not ready yet, but they're getting close. And I have your typical green peppers, yellow, red peppers. I have those out there. I have squash out there. I have butternut squash, I have spaghetti squash, plenty of that, lots of that shit. Very prodigious. I have pumpkins. Of course, they're going to be a while yet, but some of those are looking pretty good and pretty big already. That's about it as far as produce goes. I'm new at this. There's going to be more. Next year there'll be more because this has been such a game changer. And the food that I grow, for instance, those tomatoes, I pick them off of there. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't even always even rinse them off. I pick them off of there and eat them right outside. You know, sometimes I rinse them off. I have these kind of grape, oblong shaped, yellow, well, they get orange tomatoes. They're really, really good and sweet, delicious. And then I have this red cherry tomatoes. I have a few of those plants. These are the best tasting tomatoes I've ever eaten in my entire life. The romaine lettuce that I've harvested out here tastes better than any romaine lettuce I've ever previously eaten. Everything that I'm growing and eating tastes better, fresher, just pops with flavor. Just is sweeter. It's just so much better than anything I've ever gotten anywhere else. So that's a big, huge eye-opener. I mean, to say that, you would think, oh, that makes sense, it's so fresh, but it just seems to be so much more to it than that, to account for how much better it actually is. So I eat so much produce, and then like I said, I still have my staple proteins, my fish, my chicken, beef, tenderloin, and I do rely on whey isolate powder, but I get high quality shit. I use Axe and Sledge, and I'm using, I think, a Nutraceuticals or something like that now. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. That might not be the brand. I would have to go in there and look. It's a new brand I'm rotating in there, and it's incredible, all the qualifications and certifications that this thing has, independent laboratories and all kinds of stuff. I've reviewed it. So it's really high-end shit. So that's where I get my protein from. I get my protein from all that, you know. I eat a lot of strawberries. I eat a shitload of strawberries. I eat a good deal of blueberries. I eat a lot of cantaloupe. And again, here's another one. Fresh cantaloupe right out of the garden is unbelievable. I never even liked cantaloupe. My entire life, I was never one that would go and buy a cantaloupe. I've eaten it, I just don't really haven't taken to it. Now, again, it doesn't taste like any cantaloupe I've ever gotten anywhere else, any point in my life. It's incredible. It's so remarkable. It's the most delicious thing, unbelievable. So I eat a lot of that stuff throughout the day. I drink a lot of water. I don't consume any direct conventional carbohydrates. As far as complex carbohydrates, no rice at all, no potato of any type or sort, no starch at all, and no milk. No milk, because the milk, as I've mentioned before, while it's awesome to make you big, awesome food to make you big, I haven't experienced any negative health issues, you know, that actually are something that needs to be dealt with from milk. So I'm not one of those people going to tell you milk is evil. I think milk is awesome, the right tool for the right job. But where I'm at right now in my physique, what I'm trying to do in my life, the milk is inflammatory. And while for me, I don't experience, you never see me walk around swelled up like a tick and not, without some delineation and without some vascularity, even when I've been a lot heavier. Lighting's bad right here and whatever, like I could care, right? I don't care. Just saying, I am much leaner right now. So the milk is out of there. Now, all throughout, since I've been bodybuilding and I began to compete, the old school mentality always was, you drop milk. That milk, pre-contest, no milk, because it keeps your skin thick. All right, I always believed it's the lactose in the milk, it's the sugar in the milk that keeps your skin thick. So with the advent of milks, these highly filtered lactose-free that are truly lactose-free. Milk that claims lactose-free doesn't mean it's 100% lactose-free. There's only a minimum standard of filtration that it has to achieve and accomplish to qualify to call itself lactose-free, okay? Fairlife people that are lactose intolerant can drink the living shit out of Fairlife. So Fairlife is pretty damn clean. Whereas the same people, there are certain lactose-free milks on the market that they can't even drink. They still can't drink that. So Fairlife is really clean. So I was of the mindset, well, probably now, with these really highly filtered milks like Fairlife, you could probably consume that further into your pre-contest, because, or even throughout, But the truth is that it's not only the lactose that's in the milk, there's something else about the milk. Something else. And people say, oh, your milk's very inflammatory. Why? What aspect of it? Explain it. Why? And then they may try to attempt to explain it with some science. But the honest to God answer is we really don't know. I mean, we can postulate, But all we really need to know functionally is that once you get down so far with your new you, that it may come a time and place where it's a good idea to drop all the dairy and get the milk out. So my method of eating is pretty clean. It could be cleaner, but it's where it needs to be for me. I still allow myself a little bit of cheese, a little bit of the low-fat shredded cheese I'll put on my salad, very little, and not all the time, and very moderate. And I still will use salad dressing, very moderate, very little. It's not a light, it's not a diet salad dressing, it's whatever salad dressing I like. Now it is Paul Newman brand, right? I trust that brand. It's very flavorful, looks like a reasonable profile on the label. That's what I use. I don't overuse it. It's not an excuse for me to drench this and cover up everything that's in the salad with the flavor of this additive. It's not. That's the little bit of garbage that I'm sprinkling on it to give it a little more flavor, so that once I've consumed all the goodies that are in there, which is blueberries and strawberries and cantaloupe that might be cut up in there, my baked fish or whatever's in there as a protein, the delicious tomatoes, maybe onion. Sometimes I'll use onion, sometimes I won't. So whatever I've got in there, when I get to the lettuce, and if I get to the point that I have so much lettuce in there, so much green leafy shit, and once in a while it will be kale or arugula or baby spinach. I have all that out there. But now maybe if I grew that, maybe next year I'll try that. Maybe I'll develop more of a liking for it. Don't dislike it, can eat it. We're talking about a life change that you're going to be able to replicate day after day. You're going to be able to, it doesn't have to be that rigid. You can move the meals around, you can change the foods around, right? But we have what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And what's not acceptable, you're poisoning yourself. So that's how you need to look at it. It's fucking garbage. And there's a lot that goes along with that. I'm a strong believer in probiotics, a really good probiotic. I use Blue Biology, I've told you before. And that has everything to do with your immune system and, of course, as well as all the antioxidants I'm consuming. So right now, I'm not trying to jinx myself, but I feel healthier and clearer and just more vibrant than I have in 15 years maybe. And I attribute that, yes, to the diet. Not diet as in from this period to this period, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm going to do this new fad diet, not that kind of diet. Diet as in diet is the entirety of just how I eat, right? That's my diet. It's like the diet of any other animal, what it includes and what it doesn't include. That and all the cardio that I do now. The cardio I do now has been a life changer, huge. So the other thing that's amazing is what it does to your taste buds, as I touched on a couple minutes ago. Now I was out on my bike, blistering hot day, drove about 50 or 60 miles, stopped at a place that's pretty well known, biker friendly spot. They have really good food, they have an indoor and outdoor area, And I went in, and what did they have for choices of something to drink? They had a bunch of cheap bottled water, probably full of fluoride and full of shit that I don't consume. Have well water here. I'm good with that. I'm good with the well water. But also have a Brita filter if I want to use that. Fill up this pitcher and drink it out of that. But I'm fine with the well water. The well water's been tested. I know what's in it. I'm fine with the well water. But out and about, I'm very particular about bottled water, and I don't drink most municipality provided waters because they have there's too much shit in there that I just don't know about. So I'm better off just to avoid it because I don't need it. So why take the chance, okay? There are things in there that people say, that's horrible for you, there's a poison, it's bad. I agree. But even if you don't agree, if it's not directly something you're going to benefit from and that your body needs, you're not going to suffer anything by leaving it out. So I leave that to the side. I drink well water, and when I'm out, if I have to drink bottled water, I'm very particular about the bottled water I'm going to drink. And there's several really good ones, but I'm very particular about the bottled waters I'm going to drink. I don't drink Coca-Cola products. I don't drink their fucking bottled water. Right? They have a bottled water out there. I don't know if I can say the name of the bottled water, but all you got to do is read the labels. And it's a popular bottled water. So all bottled waters are not the same thing. Some are basically tap water. Basically. Some probably straight up are. I don't know. But I just to avoid it, right? But on this occasion, I went in to get something to drink. I was dying, burning up hot, sweating. Sun's just beating down. Beautiful day, but very hot. Been riding a long ways. I went in and got a bottled water. Well, the bottled water choices didn't look good. The plastic, the cheapness of the plastic bottles that they had even looked like. Not drinking out of that. So, I know, now here's something in total conflict, right? I used to drink Gatorade. Used to love Gatorade, drank a lot of Gatorade. What's wrong with Gatorade? Gatorade rehydrates you, right? It's good for you, right? No. It's garbage. It's garbage. So they didn't have G2 or any of this, Gatorade. They had the regular full-blooded Gatorade. I said, you know what? I haven't had this in so long. Fuck it. It's not going to hurt me to have this one isolated Gatorade. So I got a small bottle of Gatorade, okay? I go outside, I crack it open. Now I'm sweating hot. I can't wait to get a cold drink, lean against my bike. I take a pull off of this thing and almost threw the fuck up. So I used to regularly drink this. Didn't think it was bad. Tastes like pure shit. Tastes like I'm drinking some kind of syrupy, nasty, everything about it was a no-go for me. I threw it away. I couldn't drink the shit. I couldn't drink it. It tasted really offensive to me. Same goes with the other night. All right, I had this small bag of chips. Small bag of potato chips. Well-known brand. One of the top brands is a little bag of potato chips, right? So I was just kicked back watching TV. I figured, you know what? I eat really well. It's not going to hurt me. I have this isolated instance. Maybe I'm going to eat a couple of these chips. I cracked the bag open. I took a few chips, put them in my mouth, chewed them up. Like, oh. I ate a few more chips. I couldn't even eat them. It was disgusting. It tasted like I just poured a bottle of table salt into my mouth. I couldn't even eat that shit. Couldn't eat that shit. And it tasted like my initial instinct, I know this could be hard to believe, my initial instinct was, this is something bad for me. This is something that almost should have a Mr. Yuck sticker on it. I need to get this shit, I spit this out. That's how bad it was. So literally, if you eat this way, whole, pure, raw, natural foods like this, your taste buds do change. Your taste buds it reawakens them. So does it upregulate the receptors? Does it clear them out? I don't know, but I'll tell you what, it's actually undeniable physical change. And Now, if I have any at all, like those two examples, it's a complete turn off. I don't want it to taste like garbage, which it is. But I can remember, not that long ago, a year ago, where that stuff tasted good. It's good. Chips with a hot dog or something, oh, it was good. A Gatorade on a hot day, oh, refreshing, tasted good. It's a treat, delight. Not now. So what I'm getting at is if you can make this switch and begin to change over and eat more of this stuff that's actually good for you, you know, all the antioxidants and all the vitamins and minerals that you can get, you're gonna, you know, coming from raw sources, natural sources, you know, the fruits, the vegetables, the produce, the leafy green shit, you know, lots of water, good, decent water, you're gonna start to feel better, and it's gonna be easier as time goes on, because those things, the flavor that's there in those things that right now may not compare to the flavor in some of these other garbage toxins you're used to eating that they've sold you in these grocery stores. The flavor may not compare or measure up to. As you eat more of that, it'll begin to taste better. It'll begin to taste sweeter. The tastes and flavors will be more brilliant. No bullshit. Try it and see for yourself. And then you will get to the point where that other garbage actually is recognized by your body as garbage as you taste it. Because over so long a period of time, some aspect of your body just shuts down and says, this is what I'm being fed, I'm going to adapt to this, no sense to sound the alarms. All those built-in biological markers and red flags that tell you this isn't something you should fucking be putting in my body, that kind of just goes to sleep. But once you reinvigorate this and clear all this out and clean it all up, you will see the difference, and it's remarkable and amazing. So that is the biggest thing. You have to create the foods in a way that you're going to be able to eat them. Now, you can use sauces. Sometimes I don't use any kind of a dressing. I will use salsa. Nice, organic, nice chunky salsa. I'll use that sometimes. So you can have salsas, you can have cinnamon, you can have peppers, you can have, there's a lot of stuff you can have. A lot of stuff you can have. So it's a life change. It's not just a diet as we conventionally consider a diet, that from this point to this point, you know, I'm going to try this and then I can go back to eating like a normal person. No, because normal people are poisoning themselves. Normal people look like shit. Normal people feel like shit and are so used to feeling like shit, just like they can't really taste the foods for what they are anymore. They don't even realize how shitty they actually feel until they experience something better, until they experience a reawakening. So I would encourage you to shift that paradigm over and make these corrections now while you still have years to enjoy the additional quality of life gains that you're going to benefit from it. So that's it. Now, if you're one of these people that you need to say, okay, I'm going to try this from this date to this date, if you need to have that in your mind, that marker, oh, I'm dying for a cookie, I'm dying for ice cream, I'm dying for whatever it is, give yourself a window. Say, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to invest in me from here to here, and I'm going to, no matter how much I want those other things, I'm going to swear them off. And when I get to here, if it's not worthwhile, I can go back to all that. It's always going to be there. They're never going to stop making that shit. If you're the person that needs that, then look at your diet with that much convention. That it's a window of time from here to here, and I'm going to try to do this. And if it's successful, and if you stick by that, hopefully it will yield enough productive results to deliver enough benefit to you that when you get to here, you'll keep going, and you won't want to look back. Then eventually, if you even taste any of that other crap, you'll taste it for what it actually is now, and you won't want to eat it. That's it. You guys take care. I gotta get on the treadmill. Have an awesome day. I'll talk to you again soon.